Welcome to the first episode of Junk to Jungle. Let's go around the circle and introduce yourself so people know who's who. So, I guess your name, pronouns, political position, whatever else you want to tell us. Whoever wants to go first.
All right. My name is Jacob Barreros. I am a father and a political consultant and an activist. I'm a founder of Direct Action Alliance, co-founder of Occupy ICE PDX, and a member of Portland Committee for Human Rights in the Philippines. And yeah, my political position is 69.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jeez. Alright, well, we're off to a good start. 69 jokes. Alright.
No, we can delete that part. That was for Luis, because he knows what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure if I want to cut it out. We might have to...
Hi, my name is Luis Enrique Marquez. I'm an author, a father, an anti-fascist, anti-racist activist. My political position is freedom. No
Alright.
racism, no fascism.
Oh, what are your pronouns?
I am he, him.
He, him.
There we go. Let's normalize that shit. Alright, I'm Jung. I'm definitely on the left for sure. Not much very certain on any more specific. I use they, them pronouns, and I make shit. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about the KKK rally that turned out just to be a dance party. So,
where's the dancing?
Yeah,
I missed that shit.
You guys missed the dancing? Was that Banana Block?
Oh, where was the pizza?
late.
Because I was fucking hungry.
The pizza happened when Farley was getting arrested, so most of us missed it. But
yeah. Oh, that dude looked right at me when he was getting arrested, and he like mouthed like, "You, Luis," like, and I almost pissed my pants laughing, bro. That shit was fucking hilarious. And watching that dude run, holy shit! It looks like the United States might have a fucking white sprinter after all, bro.
I fucking know, like the 300-meter fast dash.
Holy shit, though. But one of the funniest parts of the day for me, I gotta tell you guys this, like. And then we can talk about everything else. But Eli Ritchie was across the street. And you guys have to understand that all week I've dealt with this douche in court taking pictures like click, 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 right? And he's surrounded by the block across the street from me and we're watching it. And somebody just decides to hit him with a can of fucking bear spray to the side of the face. And he took the whole can. And some brother in block next to me was like, well, I guess she's done for the day. No, I can laugh it. Oh god, dude!
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Dude, I've got an interesting story about Eli. Actually, I met that dude back when I was still in high school. In one of my first jobs, I came down to Portland to work as a canvasser for some canvassing company over some bill that was on the ballot. This was like in 2004, I think. And Eli Ritchie was my field manager and took me out and taught me how to canvass. This was when I was like 15 years old. And dude was the homie, man. He was so cool. Like we went and chilled out at a bowling alley over in North Portland when it started raining and shit. And then like I get into activism and homeboy's there. Wild.
Yeah, he's not cool anymore.
Damn.
He's not.
How far he's fallen.
But here's the thing about Saturday that I'd like to point out. I don't know if I should be happy or sad, but Joey Gibson is more brave than the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan.
I hate to give him that, but he's definitely got a little bit more like in the nutsack than the Klan.
I think I'd say he's more media hungry than the Klan guy, like, because I mean bravery is like something that you do for like, and Joey's kind of out there just to get on the news, do whatever it takes.
Idiots can feel an approximation of bravery.
It's funny that you said whatever it takes there, because that's actually the Bundy families. Their like family slogan is whatever it takes. Like,
Oh my god.
so I could see that, you know. But yo, dude, big ups to Portland for showing out the way they did, the militants, and holy fuck, dude, the YLF put it down, dude.
Oh
They
my
not
fuck.
tolerating any neo-fascists or their supporters, dude. They are beautiful.
They are
Yeah.
like gaining so much momentum. I love how like people got mad about that one monument being defaced, and then people like realize, oh, this is actually a monument to the soldiers who fought against Filipino freedom. This is a good thing
Yeah.
to vandalize.
What do you
No,
think?
that shit is so wild. Cause like, so I'm from the Philippines. So take it back, like from this perspective. And I mean, this is something that, like, you know, Black Americans have to deal with all the time with Confederate flags and monuments to slavery, and you know that Native Americans have to deal with all the time in terms of monuments to battles fought. You know, all the colonialism. But it's really bizarre. Like Colonel Sumner's Park, for example. These are people who came over to the Philippines, and some estimates put the deaths at 3 million during this. It was over 10 years of war, and these things are just all over the place, like being celebrated. And for Ted Wheeler to come out and just say that, you know, it's violence to vandalize this particular monument. It's like, no, dude, fuck off. Y'all came over to the Philippines pretending to help us overthrow the Spaniards, which we did on our own. The Filipinos backed them all up into the walled city of Manila before the Americans ever got there. The Spanish made a secret deal with the Americans to surrender to the Americans because they found it shameful to surrender to Filipinos.
Well, of
After
course,
they surrendered to the Americans,
they can't surrender to any jungle folk, bro. Whether it's in Asia or over in North and South America, right? Like we're not on their equal footing. So that's all I want to say. Of course, they're not going to surrender to the Filipinos, bro. Go ahead, though.
yeah,
You
no,
know-
dude, it's fucking wild because, and then after that, you know, they barred them from the city. They bought the Philippines from Spain for $20 million. And then they started a fight, and they literally, it was so bad. They would drive people, they would go into villages, burn entire villages to the ground. It was kind of like what they did in Vietnam, you know, except 50 years earlier, or 60 years earlier. And it was horrible. And lots of it has been not really forgotten, but kind of forgiven now in the Philippines after World War II and everything happened. There was, you know, there's a bond that has grown. But like a friend of mine who's in the Philippines, when they saw this stuff, they're shocked that Americans, because I mean, Filipinos and Americans are friends, and they're shocked that Americans have monuments to the genocide they carried out against Filipinos. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but, like, I
not
mean-
something that
But are you shocked? I'm not shocked, bro. Like,
I'm not shocked because I've been here. I've seen America.
this is the only country in the West, like you said, where people of color, marginalized people, have to go to school, have to see things with mass murderers' names, right? Like even coming here into Portland on the I-5, there's a fucking billboard celebrating fucking Robert or fucking Jefferson Davis, dude. Right? The first president of the Confederate, like driving into Portland on the I-5. Like, these are everywhere. In Germany, you don't see like Adolf Hitler Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
like, and that's because white Americans at the end of the day, bro, and like, let's just cut to the fucking chase. They're fucking racist, right? Like, we have so many amazing white comrades, right, that have worked on their bullshit and they get it, like their subconsciousness and whatever, but like the average everyday white American is racist without even realizing that he's fucking or they are racist.
Yeah.
It's in everything, bro.
That's what's going on with Ted Wheeler. That's why he doesn't even take into consideration. I mean, this guy, the town of Wheeler, Oregon, is named after his great-grandfather. His family of timber barons literally made their money exploiting the land that was still fucking bloody from all the people that were murdered and driven off of this land, right? And this dude's entire fortune comes from this, and he has literally used that fortune to gain more power, to make more money. And this guy who's all of his privilege in life, all of everything he has comes from what his ancestors stole from Native Americans, and he should be the first in line to try to make amends for this, to try to fix things. And he's literally, he's completely ignorant of his racism, of his white supremacy, of his privilege.
There it
It's
goes
ridiculous.
now, dude. I was gonna make a joke, but you went all serious because, like, I was gonna say Wheeler's not an indigenous name, dude. That place hasn't always historically just been called Wheeler. Like, I had no idea that shit was like a conqueror's, dude. But then you made that right turn where he does, you know, he has the wealth and he needs to atone, you know. And here's the thing, dude. Like, white people say all the time, like, yo, I didn't do that. I'm not responsible for slavery. I'm not responsible for conquering. My people came over in 1914. But motherfucker, you could make it right. Motherfucker, even if you came over in 1914, you know what? Your people benefited somehow, some way from the system. And goddamn you people that try to throw the Irish in my face. Yeah, the Irish had it bad. I am not even going to fucking deny that. They had it fucked up. But were they slaves? Where you know, the Irish people were eventually what's the word, embraced as being people.
But the problem isn't like, oh, they didn't suffer as much as this person, XYZ didn't suffer as much as LMNOP, but like what's important is the fact that in the system that has been constructed by white supremacy, in the system that we live in now, in the country that we live in now, they aren't the people that are the target of this system. So that's the part that needs to be recognized is, yes, the Irish had it fucking bad. Brown people had it bad. Black people had it bad. But the system that you exist in now isn't still fucking targeting Irish people. It's still targeting brown and black people. And that's why it needs to be fixed and addressed and focused on from that perspective.
I mean, it's still, like, right, it's never fucking stopped, dude. You know, I swear to God, dude, I would love for peaceful change, but every
We're not
day
gonna get it.
I get more convinced that we're gonna have to get that, you know, fuck it, get a gun.
You know what, man? Stop getting convinced by the world and start convincing the world, bro, because we owe it to our kids to do this shit the right way and to exhaust every other option first before anything else happens. And that's what we got to do, because unless you've been in a war zone, unless you've seen firefights, unless you've seen people bleed out in front of you, that ain't some shit you want. And it cracks me up because people over here haven't seen that, and they're always so quick to jump to this shit. And it's like, yeah, it's cool. You're angry. I feel the anger.
When you
but
say
yo,
here, let's
back up.
Hold up, back up. When you say people over here, there are those of us that are still from the hood, right? And in the hood every day, it's a fucking war zone. But it's a self-war zone, right? Because we buy into so much shit. What the man has been telling us, we're killing ourselves over fucking their drugs and their fucking wealth, right? So we walk in a war zone, bro. But the point is let's be honest. I hear what you're saying, because you know what? Let's be real to the two people listening to this, right? Our kids play with each other, bro. My kids call you Uncle Jacobs. Your kids call me Uncle Luis, right? So we want this peaceful, wonderful way. But you show me once ever in history when any white government has given fucking something peacefully. Just one time, bro. Show me one time.
Show me one time in history when we had the generation like the one that's coming up right now.
What, the generation that's taken no shit like we saw on Saturday?
Yeah.
They're fucking awesome, dude. But even I didn't think that they were violent. Did you think that they were violent?
No, well, here's the thing. Here's something let me touch on this, and some people will disagree with this, but this is my personal perspective, is there needs to be, and this isn't anyone's fault that grows up over here, because this is a culture of saying, look out for yourself, do what feels right to you, and it's not a culture that grows up in community. But we as activists, as leftists, need to take into consideration all the time, which is something that didn't happen on Saturday.
What?
When people, you need to take into consideration the people that are around you. So I don't think what they were doing is violent, but I do think that some of the things that were done did not take into consideration how scared people in the crowd were of that kind of retaliation. So I didn't think it was violent. I can see how it could be construed as violence by people. I mean, people are in bulletproof vests. Getting hit with an orange, that's not a big deal. But we looked at Chief Marshman back on May Day. You remember one water bottle hit a cop, and they declared that entire thing a riot. So consider the people next to you.
time out. What I'm saying is I want to touch on two things right there with what you just said, okay? Between the years of 1970 and 1974, I believe that every year there was something like 1,000 acts of violence per year, political violence, right? Which is something being blown up somewhere in the country. So like on average 3 times a day. Like, don't quote me on those facts though. Okay, now let's look at what they call political violence today. Compared to the civil rights movement, right? It's nowhere near equal. And then on top of that, let's look at, there was a liberal standing on the corner, this liberal woman, right? And she was there with her impeach Trump fucking pin and looking like a liberal. And she
no, dude, that's an infiltrator. That ain't no liberal. That's the lady that fought Danielle.
Hold up. Hold up. Let me tell my story, okay? Because it touches on what you're saying there. So, and then you can tell me, because I heard later on that she was an infiltrator, blah, 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 blah. But so she comes looking like a liberal, and she's all dressed up, right? And fucking someone in block throws an orange. It was awesome. It was fucking beautiful. And they dipped into the crowd, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do. And fucking she tried to get the cops' attention on her. So the femmes that were right there in block blocked her out of the group, dude. And I saw some videos of her being shoved, pushed, because she kept trying to push back into the group, right? You keep trying to push back into somebody, they're going to push back against you. And some claims that there were violence going on, but I didn't see anything. Anything that I saw happen to any right-wing fucking chud fucking quote-unquote journalist, nah, that was appropriate as far as I'm concerned. So
yeah. I think it was all appropriate as well. I'm just saying I did see a few people of color, a few black friends that were scared by what was going on, that were saying, hey, people were acting like when we're all next to you and when we're not wearing masks and we're standing right here, like don't. I mean, everyone who goes out to these things understands that when a confrontation needs to happen, a confrontation needs to happen. But there were a couple times when people were just rolling by and something would get thrown. And so in moments like that, again, I'm going to reiterate, I think it's awesome to throw produce at cops. That's a tradition going way back. We always throw vegetables at the goddamn oppressors. That's a human right. The problem, and luckily, I mean, luckily they didn't retaliate. The problem is these cops react so much. They're in full riot gear. They've got shields. They've got bulletproof vests. They get hit with a fucking tomato and they flip the fuck out and people could get hurt. So I'm not saying, don't do these things. I'm saying before you do these things, take into account how you're going to protect the people behind you.
Absolutely. And you know what? With that said, if you're a white person and you're standing next to a person of color and you're going to do that, maybe move yourself. Maybe move yourself just a little bit away from that person of color, because like you said, they are going to retaliate and they are going to take it out on the crowd. And let's be honest.
They target.
Right? Let's be honest. With that said, on Saturday, I saw that black kid get arrested. Right?
Yeah, how many people laid down paint? He was the one they took.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. I saw him fucking thrown to the ground in front of me.
Example.
I saw him surrounded by cops, fucking handcuffs. I got video of it and thrown in the fucking car.
Perfect
right?
Example, because who do they want on the news? Whose face do they want committing the crimes?
That's what I'm saying. So with that, you're right. But at the same time, let's be real. None of that shit is violence. That graffiti is beautiful. And the graffiti, all of it that I saw, and is speaking the will of the people right now, because people are fucking angry, bro.
Yeah.
People are tired of this fucking bullshit system. So again, even though I love my daughter and I love your babies, but again, without what is considered violence, how do we get to where we need to go? Because the Boston Tea Party was economic terrorism.
Yeah, that was like years worth of tea thrown into the harbor.
Right?
Hey. I don't know if we have the nut to do something like that.
So how do we get to, because we all have had it. Everybody right now in this podcast has had at least, count them, 4 fucking deaths in the last year that we all know each other. I mean, there's some of us that had a little bit more because with other activists that we don't know in different parts of the world. But what I'm saying is 4 of us, the 3 people here, we know 4 people in the last year that are dead.
Yeah.
Right? So how do we get to where we need to go without pushing a little bit? Yes, we can vote. Yes, all this, all that's great, dude.
Well, it's not the pushing a little bit. What I'm advocating for is exhausting all other options. So you can't come and say, "Oh, I'm only going to stock up on guns and prepare for the next fucking revolution," but then not go vote. No, that's not right. You got to exhaust all options that exist before you do that. You got to let them make the first move. Prepare for what might come, but only act towards peace. Defend yourself if you must, but every proactive action that you take needs to be focused on doing it the right way. Otherwise, it's just not. It's the exact same thing.
On that we totally agree, because you and I go around fucking when we privately together, like, and have these conversations, and I fully agree. But here's the thing, dude. Out of all of that, and I know we're totally going off script at this point, fucking sorry to you. But
it's all right.
What I think is gonna kill us the most, bro, is fucking this leftist disunity bullshit. It's historically what has killed the left. It's what allowed the Nazis to rise. It's what allowed the fucking fascists to rise in Italy. It's what allowed the fascists to rise in Spain. And god damn it, it's what's gonna allow them to fucking keep going, getting stronger every day here. Leftists, we have to stop eating each other. We are not going to agree on these small...
Not stop eating each other, just stop coming at each other.
But we're not going to agree on these small, tiny, everyday issues, right? Feel me? But, like, these big issues, fucking, we got to come together on and fucking... And that's what was cool about Saturday, was that I saw a bunch of different groups there for one common cause. And that's the first time I've seen that in a long time.
So... to cap off this segment on the rally, we touched on a lot of great points here. I just want to say that I think we can all agree it was fucking hilarious when PPB was getting all whiny on the LRAD. Like, please don't throw oranges at us. It hurts our feelings.
It is illegal. It is illegal
committing crimes. It is
illegal to commit crimes.
Oh my god, that was fucking... The whiny thing was fucking great. But seeing also, last point like about that is I saw some right-wingers' eyes. Like, they're so funny, bro, that they stand on their corner and they're like, yo, come over here, Antifa, confront me, right? And so Black Bloc fucking is like, yeah, all right then, fucking, we're not scared of you. They walk over there, and then the way their eyes got all big, and then they ran off to try the cops, like, protect me!
It's so weird. It's like they think they're online and they don't know what's gonna happen, because every time they come at you on, when they send you a message and they're like, hey, try that shit in fucking Florida, come out to my neighborhood, what are you gonna do? Nothing. You ain't gonna do shit. And then you're just like, no, I'm not. Like, I'd never talked to you. I don't know who the fuck you are. I'm sitting here. You come on my feed and you're telling me I'm not gonna do anything. Like, I fucking said I was gonna do something in the... No, I wasn't planning on doing anything. I'm not gonna do anything now. Fuck off.
You know what?
But then they come out and they say that shit, and then people do something, and they're like, oh, where are the cops? Where's the construction wall? Where do I run?
I love when I travel sometimes. And, like, I'll get messages from these guys that say that, you're not going to try my shit in, like, Missoula, Montana, right? Or, like, fucking, or, like, oh, case in point.
Great observation there, Charles.
David Willis sent me a fucking text, was like, you're not going to come down here to Newport and do that. Dude, I fucking took a picture of my doxing me at the Newport sign. And I fucking sent him a text being like, bro, I'm walking all around your town. Where are you?
You fucking troll.
Like, I mean, yo, dude, these guys are whacked. We're philanthropists, really, at the end of the day. You guys know that, right? Antifa are philanthropists. Because, like we give a bunch of meth heads a reason to wake up. Like every day, they're like, they get up and they do their morning meth. And they're like, yo, oh, that's what I'm going to say to Antifa today, right? And instead of being, fucking collecting cans or adding to the houseless problem, they're fucking in their shack fucking on their...
Let's not generalize all white ringers based off of Alan Puckett, all right? That's fucked up.
Oh, but, a lot of right-wingers are fucking banjo fucking kind of chuds, dude. Not anything against the banjo, because I like the banjo, bro, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Big Boy Tiny don't do meth. Come on.
No, dude, Big Boy Tiny fucking does Jesus in wrestling. Like,
And I'm good for him. Good on him. Good that he fucking woke up. Leave it to the fucking brown kid from the islands to wake the fuck up and realize what's important.
Dude, hold up. I will give you this. Good that he's fucking gone, dude. Good that he fucking woke up and was like, I am done. Okay? Because I never wanted that brown kid to go to jail. But here's the thing, that brings up a good point, dude, because Eli Ritchie is on Twitter making that same bitch right now, dude, that like, oh, I got attacked because I'm brown. Oh, I'm African. I got fucking attacked. No, bro, you got attacked because you're a fucking chud, okay? You're a fucking, there have been some weirdo allegations about you that are neither here nor there because I don't know anything about them, okay? And you stand with our oppressors. And what did Malcolm X say in his fucking great speech, The Bullet or the Ballot? He said, if you are an African and you stand with our oppressors in any way, you're a fucking chump, bro. So, good on Tiny, bro, that he's done. I'll respect that shit, right? But let's not fucking take away from the pain that motherfucker caused people, bro. And fuck him, dude. And any oppressor and any person of color that stands with our oppressor doesn't get to pull that shit. Oh, I'm a person of color. Oh, I'm oppressed. Now, fuck you, dude. Right?
Playing into tokenism just means you're going to be the last one they kill.
Excuse me?
Playing into tokenism just means that you're going to be the last minority the fascists kill.
Goddamn right, dude. When I see Andy No in the fucking camp, I'm taking his fucking food. It's fucking time, bro.
You think they're gonna put you in a camp, Louis? Shut the fuck up. You're gonna be offed, my dog.
Be dead, dude. I'm walking on borrowed time. And here's the thing: some chud that's all like hearing that, he's like, "God damn right, he's walking on borrowed time. Can I hit that meth pipe?" You know, and you know what? Let me tell a fucking any chud out there that fucking wants to feel like froggy enough to try. Try, bro. Fucking like that person.
Write that shit. Don't like, vocalize that shit. Fuck that. Don't try. Fuck off. Fuck off. Mind your own fucking business. Don't try. How about that? Go back to your cousin.
Like, they're gonna bury you. You're the one that's vocalizing. I was just like, I'm gonna go to a camp like fucking Hogan's Heroes, bro. Like fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like. Fucking fuck with Schultz shit.
You think there's a place that sunny and pretty in Oregon?
Nah, dude. See, here's the thing, dude. I'm gonna try and get me to fucking Polynesian camps, like the brown, like over there picking pineapples where Tiny will be, because like over here they'll put me in like potato camps and apple picking camps, and it's cold, bro. Fuck
and
this.
It's nice to end up in a camp with someone you know.
Right, dude. Like Tiny, bro. You know,
just
like,
little concentration camp things.
My dream one day is that like I can saddle up Tiny like a fucking horse and fucking ride him into an action, bro. Like, like you know, like me and Tiny together, dude. Just going.
Oh, that's a cute little image, like you on Tiny's shoulders, like you're his kid.
Right.
Oh, that is cute.
Like a fucking fascist flag in one hand and a fucking can of bear mace in the other hand going through the right wingers. Just...
That right there is a rainbow coalition. That's what we need.
Jesse Jackson.
This is what the left needs.
Okay, let's go on to this because we are fucking... Dude, we can apparently talk forever on subjects, huh?
Excellent. So, that fucking coronavirus, eh? It's like beating all of SARS's high scores. 40,000 infected, estimated, and 910 dead.
Fuck you people in the city, I'm in the woods, dude. I'm gonna live
yeah, no, it's, but yo, what I've been seeing about this, it's funny because people are all, you know, like, I don't know, I don't know, I think China did an amazing job in terms of how they kept this shit on lockdown. I mean, they discovered it a lot quicker than most countries.
They silenced the doctors that were fucking talking about it.
Initially they did.
Yeah, two of them have died, bro.
Yeah, from the disease, yeah.
We're not going to celebrate the fucking what any state, let alone a fascist state should do. Dude, fuck China, dude.
Yeah.
Celebrate. No, they did a much better job than the U.S. would have done. Give them that, dude. They fucking identified this shit and shut it down quick.
fair enough. And here's the thing: people want to say that, the Chinese fucking made this virus to infect Americans, but you know what?
Because look at all the Americans that are infected.
Right? But no, just seriously, it's interesting how we're not talking about the Hong Kong fucking protests anymore, right? Like, it's interesting how like fucking this shit has like shut that shit down, bro.
Well, the virus has also like gotten its roots in Hong Kong as well. And I feel like that's kind of the reason why the protests aren't as common.
Yeah, there are cases in Hong Kong. There's cases in the Philippines. I think Philippines and Hong Kong are the only countries where people have died outside of China. So,
like, and I don't know too much about this virus. I know, like, I saw passing on CNN today that some white-haired white guy with like the name Dr. Johnson or some shit like that was talking about how like it's SARS has still killed more people than this virus. But, you know, like, I don't know anything too much about SARS either, except for that Kanye lyric, like, cover your mouth up like you got SARS, right? Like, like people walking around in masks, bro. So, you know.
Oh, my God.
What, bro? I'm not fucking educated on fucking these viruses. They scare me.
Yeah, no, these viruses are scary. And here's the thing about this virus and why it is significant that China identified it early is because when you make antidotes to these kind of virus, when you make vaccines, you literally have to grow that shit in the petri dish. It takes a lot of time to be able to do this. You have to be able to grow the resistance, right? So it takes a long time. So hopefully they get this shit taken care of and get a vaccine before the Olympics. Because if you think about it, the Olympics are in Tokyo this year.
Oh, fuck. There's a Tokyo cruise ship that is quarantined because they have an infection there.
I did see that. But here's the thing, realistically. Maybe people, okay, shouldn't be eating fucking every kind of animal. Because it's my understanding that this fucking virus started in some weirdo fucking marketplace that sells, like, I'm a Westerner, okay? So, like, excuse my cultural biases, dude, but, like, maybe we shouldn't be eating wolves. I don't know. Or, like, fucking monkeys, bro. Or fucking...
It's a pangolin, bro. It's not a fucking wolf monkey. It's more like an anteater. It's a pangolin. It's like an armadillo.
Wait, really? I love pangolins.
Here's the thing. You and I have had that because the other day, let's bring up something, okay? Because you fed me some stuff and it was tasty, but like I didn't like it. But like maybe like that's what I'm saying is like we shouldn't eat fucking pingulins, bro. Like fucking, it's clear.
And it's only a may, it's not for sure. It might have passed from bats to humans, like bats sucked the fucking blood of the pangolin and then took
bats, bro. Let's not eat bats because they're not tasty, bro. Like they're clearly not
sky rats
to be fucked with, and people keep eating this shit that's not to be fucked with. Let's fucking maybe figure out how to feed these people. Right? Because, I mean, I think that's the true fucking... People are eating shit that they shouldn't eat that's getting us all sick because they're poor and hungry. So your fucking People's fucking Republic of fucking douchebag China hasn't done shit. Not your People's Republic, right? Like, I'm saying, I'm just saying you as in general, right?
Yeah, China's wealthy enough that people shouldn't be having to eat, like, exotic animals.
Well, those aren't the cheap... Those exotic animals are definitely not the cheap.
What do you mean, bro?
Oh, so it's the bourgeoisie that's fucked us all again?
Yeah, no. Well, here's the thing about that is that, dude, cheap food...
is paying, he's all like, oh, should I have caviar?
Cheap food is the shit that comes in the can, my dog. Cheap food is the shit that comes in the fucking can from the corporation. The people that fucking bought all these farms in Ohio so they could grow fucking 85 square miles of goddamn spinach.
Okay,
right?
I'm not that either though, bro. I'm not down, but I'm saying, dude, like really, dude, there's a problem in life if you're eating fucking sky rat, bro.
that is very that's very culturally
no, dude. No, it's not, bro.
Very culturally naive because in a lot of places, people grew up eating these things, and now there's no need to eat them. Like in the Philippines, we grew up eating these giant monitor lizards called banyas. Like, it's just something that people ate. People ate monkeys too, but like now we don't anymore. Like, people still do when they kill one, but you don't go out hunting for it because we got food. We've got agriculture. We've got it's not
right.
People eat shit because it's something that they grew up with. It's not because they're fucking starving to death. They go fucking kill it. I mean, people do that. But I don't think that's the case.
My grandma was from El Salvador, dude. She fucking used to eat shit like fucking cow ass, dude. Okay, and then when
you need to eat the whole thing of the animal. It's disrespectful to kill an animal if you ain't gonna utilize the whole fucking thing. Americans are so wasteful. God damn it.
Hey, that's what we have hot dogs for.
You know what you don't ever need to eat though, bro? You know what no one ever needs to eat? Let's just be honest here, dude. Fucking pig's face, bro. I never.
Fuck you liked that. That was delicious. That's called sisig. That's called sisig, and it's the best fucking with alcohol food in the world.
Well, with alcohol.
Bro, that was the problem there. See, we were sober, bro. We were stoned and we were sober. It was not that.
That's so good. I can't believe you. Man, that was so authentic. You know, I go to the Chinese joint to get actual pig face for that shit. You can't buy it right here. They make it with pig belly, which isn't how you fucking make it. You make it with the goddamn face, dog. You boil that shit. You roast it over the fire.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Sauce.
You make delicious food, dude. Nobody makes lumpia like you do. Nobody makes lumpia like you do. You fucking are like, I love your cooking. Every time you come over, everyone's all like, "Oh, is Jacob cooking?" Right? And then you're like, and we hear like, "Yeah," you're like, "Woohoo!" Okay, but fucking every now and again, bro, you're just gonna fucking shit bricks. All right, you're just gonna fucking not fucking be on your game, dude, and serve somebody fucking pig's face, bro. That's just how it is, bro.
If I didn't tell you it was pig face, you probably would have enjoyed it.
No, dude, because it was so fucking piggy, dude.
Yes.
It was the dude. That's got to be the piggiest part of the fucking pig.
It had calamansi up in there. It had all the fucking needed.
Well, even Latinos wear like the face. Nah, homie, we'll eat the fucking brains, the tongue, dude. Fucking
the face,
but not the face.
Y'all are missing out, dude. You eat the whole thing, my dude. The whole thing.
Nah, we'll give that to you. All right.
Respect the hog. Respect the hog.
But seriously, to stop spreading these viruses, we gotta just stop eating fucking like penguins, dude. Like you said, what do you call them?
Penguin.
Penguins, dude. Penguins.
You obviously don't watch Wildcrats.
Dude, no, I don't. But I miss that show, dude. We're watching weirdo shows now where like people are dating people because she's at that age now, right? Like, Jimmy John is dating Susie Q, and fucking I got kicked off the basketball team. It's lame, bro. Fucking 10-year-old girl TV is lame. I gotta tell you.
So, something that I wanted to bring up about the coronavirus is my concern that the outbreak, soon to be pandemic, according to the World Health Organization, could be a pretext for authoritarianism. Because it's not verified, but I've seen videos of like people in China just getting pulled into vans and shit. And different countries are closing borders with China. And I'm really not sure how I feel about forced quarantines.
I don't know. We already have concentration camps here. Fucking what's the difference?
And they've got concentration camps there.
Well,
good point.
Right? I mean, like, really, what's the difference? Like, I mean, if we don't think that we're living... I mean, what? We need to call this, like, a pre-fascist state? Fucking, like, we're already there.
We're like the before and after part in this chapter of the history books.
Kinda. Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know. I hope that they come up with an antidote real soon, because I don't know, just it sucks to watch. It's one of those things, you know, we've eradicated so many diseases, but the generations before us kind of grew up with this reality that there are some diseases out there that you can get that might kill you. It's kind of like how cancer is now, and I don't know. I hope that they're able to eradicate it soon, because that shit does not look fun.
You know what? Maybe this is the Earth, like, healing each other, because, like, again, Jacob, you can't be eating penguins, bro. Okay? Fucking, they're cute. You can't eat them, bro. And just think of how many penguins are gonna die now to find a fucking cure.
Too many penguins.
Too many penguins, bro. No, but
Okay.
like, we need to fucking educate people
Oh god.
and uplift people so they don't feel the need to like go hunt sky rats, cook sky rats,
Guy rats.
sell them, or eat them, right? Like, and we have the means to do that to uplift people. Because, like Jacob said, in the Philippines, at one point, people were eating fucking lizards, like
We
monitor.
still do. We just
But
not
you-
as common anymore.
because it's education, and then now it's like a delicacy that will one day die out. We just gotta stop eating shit we're not supposed to eat, bro. That's what it comes down to.
It wasn't the fact that we ate them that they die out. It was because there were too many humans and they started,
What?
it's habitat loss, loss of prey. What are they going to eat? There's no more wild chickens. Everyone went out and took the abuyo. It's a chain of things. Everything affects something else.
So bring in more chickens, bro.
So, still on the topic of China, they, as you said, they also have concentration camps, but this is for Muslim people, and also they're organ harvesting again.
Of course they are. Why would
Like,
Of course they are. Like, China has always been against the Uyghur people because the Uyghur people have and want to be free or disagree with their religion, whatever. But nobody has the right to come in, take over your land, take over everything you have to live. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know.
What? China sucks, bro. Like, for real, dude. Like,
Have you ever been there?
huh?
Have you ever been there?
No, I had an opportunity, but I didn't want to go.
They have some of the most delicious food in the world.
Well,
But
dude,
no, I
it's
don't.
delicious, bro.
Yeah,
No.
here's my thing. Here's my thing with the whole thing going on in China with the re-education camps and all of that. Like, yeah, it's fucked up and all of this, but I think that this is one of like the perfect examples that goes on where people, like, we've got concentration camps here. That's where our focus needs to be. And we need to be in solidarity with the folks that are over there in their concentration camps. But while our government is carrying out the same atrocities, I feel like it's kind of hypocritical to criticize another government and the inaction on the people's part over there when we're not doing shit.
I will
Our
absolutely
concentration
agree with
camps
that,
over
bro.
here.
Like, you know what? And within
Yeah.
that, like, absolutely right. People talk about how many leftists do you talk about that want to go like fight ISIS or whatever, right? And I've always been like, bro, instead of like flying across the world, you can drive to your revolution here, right? It's 12 hours drive. You can hop in your whip. But you're absolutely right. Like, I don't know too much again about that, but
Yeah, no one does because they have the information on lockdown.
But I agree 1,000% with what you say. It's very American to do something while pointing at somebody else doing the same exact thing and talk about like how horrible they're doing it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, we shouldn't like pretend like it's not happening or ignore it, but I think that the focus needs to be a lot more on our own concentration camps and what our government is doing and what we can do. Because like the folks in China, I see this criticism like, no one cares, but like they don't live in a democracy. They don't have a say. Here in our country where we do live in a democracy, where we supposedly have a say in anything, people still aren't, even on that tip, let alone protesting, even just the liberal voters aren't even turning out for that shit. You look at the people who do go out and vote, it's so low. It's kind of like what happens on the activist front. Like we say,
use the word democracy because, bro, I mean, I know that's the dream. Right? It's no way realist. I mean, let's just call this what it is. Maybe like a constitutional republic, but fucking, I mean, it's in no way close to a democracy. But everything else you're saying is dead on.
Yeah, no, dude, it's kind of frustrating because it's kind of like what happens in activist circles where certain things get latched onto. So, for example, you'll have a day where the Proud Boys might be coming out, right? And 1,000 people will show up outside because fuck the Proud Boys, you know, kick them out of our city, fuck all of this. And then a little bit later on, you'll have people shutting down the port of Vancouver because the Wet'suwet'en tribe up in Canada, in Vancouver, BC, has called for solidarity and support, right? And some of their pipes are laying out over in Vancouver. And the biggest they can muster is 200, 300 people to come out in support of that. So, like, I don't know. It sucks. Like, I love this. I know that people can only get out for certain things, and I know that a lot of it is because people don't know maybe about what's going on, or you know, it's.
Because
but people do prioritize these things that deal with.
It's racism, right? Like at the end of the day, like, do white people in Oregon and Washington really give a shit that indigenous lands are being trespassed and stolen up in Canada? No, dude. And like, I mean, some of us do, like some of our comrades do, right? Like, it's absolutely like some of our comrades have like know and have learned really what it is to be white and walk in this white world, right? And do it right. But for the most part, dude, people don't give a shit, right? Like, you tell any white person that's not a leftist or an activist that they are a colonizer, and they will look at you blankly. Yeah. You tell them that they are racist in their core and it's on a subconscious level, and they don't see it. And that same shit transcends in activism too. Yeah. We here in Portland have a lot of white comrades that fucking know the score and know how to walk the talk.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. There are also a bunch of comrades that fucking know how to fucking talk the talk, but don't know how to walk the talk, bro.
Yeah, and you know, it's not even just on the ultra left going out, you know, but even on the more progressive liberal side of things. Like, for example, we do have local tribes. The Yakima tribe is one of them, and the Yakima Nation, and then I forget what the other one is, but they're suing, or they want the dams removed on the Columbia River because they want the salmon runs to continue. And they made this announcement, and you know, this is a big opportunity for activists here in Portland to connect with local indigenous nations and help and see how we can help, you know, reach out and say, hey, we've got these organizations. Extinction Rebellion, for example, is some, you know, these are the things that intersect. There are ways that we can intersect our own passions, like for the environment, for example, with the struggle that the people who were here first are facing against their colonizers, you know, and that's a big way. So as in addition, which I think Extinction Rebellion was out there at the Port of Vancouver, along with Portland Rising Tide and 350 PDX and all of them. But yeah, I mean, I think that people need to get a lot more in touch with what's going on locally too, because there is a struggle locally that we can help out with. It just, people who have the time need to reach out and make those connections and see how we can follow their leadership. Again,
it's a disfracturing of the left that's going to kill us. This is, I mean, I think this is a root problem with that again, right? Like, fucking Group A doesn't fucking get along with Group B, couple members, or whatever, dude, right? Mm-hmm. That we do have to set aside these fucking issues for these bigger issues, right? Like, let's be honest. People talk about this idea of Cascadia, and that's great and that's wonderful, dude. But I ask them all, which tribes have signed on to your idea of Cascadia?
Ooh.
Which elders are fucking on board with you? Because you might be a leftist, but in some way you are still a goddamn colonizer. Right? And if you're trying to push, so like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of groups say, like, I've seen them say, oh, we want these things and we want to help indigenous people. But what are they really doing? Again, in the words of Malcolm X, bro, if they gave a shit, they would build up these groups. They would build up these infrastructures and turn them over to the indigenous people and let them run them.
And not just, I mean, I think that's even a little bit not the way it should be. I think that we should take into account what what the indigenous people would like before we even build up something, because
Exactly.
like a lot of folks, they're just trying to exist. Like there's this conception of people being like, you know, Native Americans, that how come only Native Americans have to still exist the way they did 200 years ago? How come we're not asking the Irish or the Scots why they don't still wear kilts, but you look at a Native American in the city and you perceive him as less Native than someone that's out on the res practicing the old ways? Like it's, you know, it's this weird.
Where are the monuments of fucking horror? Where are the museums of Holocaust? Like, right, dude, there's a whole fucking huge trial a case right now in front of the Supreme Court that could give fucking Eastern Oklahoma back to indigenous lands, right?
That'd be groundbreaking.
But nobody hears about it, bro, and that shit's not gonna pass.
Yeah, this will be actually in one of the future ones. I'd like to bring Jamie on because she's actually, I think it would be great to hear her perspective on this, because she's studying to be an anthropologist, and her focus is on cultural anthropology and linguistic anthropology, and she's Cherokee, and both my kids are citizens of the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma, and she's got a really interesting take on all of this in terms of, you know, it's what she's in, and so it won't be more of us positing and more of actually listening to what they, because that's the whole point of the thing is, you know, people always say, this is what we should do for natives, this is what we should do for natives, and it's like, we shouldn't do shit for natives. We should stop trying to tell the natives what the fuck they should do, and we should fucking listen to what the fuck they're saying.
Absolutely.
Yes, please. Like,
but look at those ears on Luis.
Me off right now.
Are you recording this video, Jung?
I'm not sure if it's recording video.
Okay, if it is, I just flipped off the camera and I'm sorry.
It's okay. I can see you. So, what I'm hearing is ask indigenous people what they want.
Yeah, and follow leadership. Follow their leadership. Follow indigenous leadership. Instead of, you know, offering what you have, ask how you can assist them and what they've got going on, you know?
And just so we're clear with that, for the white folks listening, anybody that you see that speaks Spanish and is brown, you probably classify as a Mexican. Okay, like they're a Mexican even though they're not. They too are considered indigenous homies, right? They are mestizmos, which is half conqueror, half indigenous, and they are considered indigenous to this land as well. Let's not forget that, right? So I think that gets lost here in North America, that they're not considered, indigenous.
And also important to not just take it on the skin color as well, because there are very many indigenous folks who are white appearing as well. So just don't base people being indigenous off of their skin color. Base it off of their connection to their culture
Skin color
and their own identification to it.
Well, wait, hold up. Okay, a lot of that, yes. But some of that, no. Like, I just watched some doc of some white people in Oklahoma that call themselves some confederated tribe of, I forget, dude, right? But they're not recognized by anybody, and they're all white people. And their supposed chief, we got DNA tested and everything. Like, none of these people, it turns out, like, have, like, any connection to indigenous people, right? Like, it's just some family legend. And, I mean... And let's understand what, like, our light skin as people of color really kind of almost means in North and South America. It means that at some point we are the progeny, most likely, of rape.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, like, right.
And maybe even marriage. Like, in South America and Central America, there was a lot more acceptance of it mostly happened on the higher classes, you know, between the more wealthier people. But yeah.
I mean, but you're talking of an empire that had 26 distinct classifications for class, right? Like, I don't know too many Indios that were fucking up top, right? And, like, say the top 5. Right, I'm not saying it didn't happen.
The top 5.
Like, you know, I think the highest we might have done was like note 10, right? That was the dude. Like, you got the 10. He's like, woohoo!
Yeah.
But you know,
And a lot of it would be like soldiers taking on a native wife, with like they didn't really have any much choice to it,
Spoiler war.
Rape again. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're taking on a wife because you're in the new land for a moment, fucking spreading your fucking sheep fucking diseases. So fucking, I don't know if that's really like marriage, bro.
It's not.
Hey, we have to respect the sanctity of marriage here.
Goddamn church, bro. Dude, fucking biggest fucking grift society's ever seen.
Seriously. Dude on a gold chair is telling me to donate my money? Fuck off.
Although I do want to watch that movie, The Two Popes, dude. Fucking, hey, you diddle the kid today? No, I'm about to a little bit later, though. Fucking, I mean, what are those conversations about, dude? Fucking, god damn it, dude. I'm sorry, bro. Like, fucking Catholics, fucking.
The Two Popes.
Bro, there has never been a place in this world where Catholics have shown up and, like, the native population was like, sweet! Fucking Catholics are here. High five. Fucking people are gonna bring awesome times. No, dude, that was so sad.
No, that's not true. A lot of people were down with it because they didn't know about the bad times that were coming. All they saw was people bringing in a new god, so they were like, "Oh, cool, we like this new god too."
So fucking cool for like the first week, dude, until it's fucking stringing up people, and then people were like, "Wait a minute, fucking."
Well, you know how they took over the Philippines? The Spanish came over there, and Magellan got killed. Lapu-Lapu, on the island of Mactan, killed Magellan and a bunch of them and drove them off, and they had to scuttle one of their ships, and only one ended up getting home. And interestingly enough, the first person to circumnavigate the world, FYI, was Magellan's boy, because he picked him up in Malacca from a Tagalog community there, took him all the way around the world, brought him back to the Philippines. So before the Spanish and Magellan's crew got back to Spain, the Filipino got back to the Philippines. So fuck off with this, Magellan's.
Can I tell you? Also, dude, the only place in Asia that Christianity never took hold in, really, was Japan. Because they were fucking smart and they saw what had happened to the Philippines and the rest of the world, and they said, thank you, but no.
No, it didn't really take hold in Malaysia, Indonesia either, or Thailand. All of those places, Malaysia, Indonesia are Islamic, and the Philippines would have probably been more Islamic had it not been for the Christians who got there, because Islam was already starting to spread. It had already gotten up to the Manila area in Luzon. It hadn't gotten all the way up north. There was more Chinese influence up there, but the Philippines was trading and doing all kinds of shit with people all the way out to Persia, all the way to Vietnam, all the way to China, Japan, all of this shit.
But check it out. I don't know how you guys fought the Spanish, but what I can say is, fucking, the only reason the Spaniards fucking beat the Azteca Empire, or any empire that fucking native tribes that they came across in Central and South America, was not due to weaponry, right? Like, I mean,
fucking, I'll tell you how they defeated us.
It's fucking out. Well, hold up. Let me tell you how they defeated us, dude. It's through their dirty, dirty fucking diseases, bro. Chemical warfare, they're breathing in the air, and they're fucking bringing over some fucked up sexual diseases, apparently, dude, that they got from fucking each other. And rumor has it, sheep. I don't know that historical fact, dude. And fucking infecting us with it, bro. That's how they beat us.
So when the Spaniards got to the Philippines, what they did was they made friends. They brought gifts. They made friends with the tribes, because Magellan didn't have a very good experience when he fucking pulled up with force. So they pulled into Sugbo, which is now Cebu, which was a very big trading port back then. They were trading with all kinds of countries, and the Spaniards came in and they made friends with these guys, and then they made an alliance, and then they used the Filipinos that they allied with to go and invade the next group. So they'd go and they'd try to make friends with the next group, bring gifts. If the next group didn't want to make friends, they'd bring their old allies that they made gifts with, and made friends with, and go invade the other guys. And they'd use the Filipinos to conquer Filipinos. And that's how they were able to. So they used a bunch of Visayans to take over the Tagalogs, which means Tagailog, the people of the river.
That's kind of how like they did the Incas and the Aztecas. I mean, similarly the same way, except they used their enemies. And don't get me wrong, I mean, those two empires respectively had a lot of issues, right? Like fucking, and I don't believe in empire, but I mean, the point is for me is that it wasn't hard for them to wipe us up when they're fucking, again, they're dirty diseases wiped us out. Like, dude, like, if my disease wipes you out, like, for fucking 1,000 miles before I get there, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's half the battle.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and again, just like with the Catholics, nobody ever said, oh my God, hey, fucking the Spaniards are here, bro. Good times.
Yeah. Hey, yo, so I'm going to have to sign off in about 10 minutes to go get my kid. You guys want to talk about the election coming up real quick in New Hampshire?
Yeah,
I have that on the list later on. We can come back and do a part 2 and I can stitch it all together.
Okay, Jacob, do you got time later on today to do this?
Yeah, I can come back on maybe this. Actually, I'm not sure. I think I only got like. How long are you guys planning to do this?
I don't know how long. I don't know. How do you guys feel about what we've done so far? You guys like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's just fucking do a quick sign off for this. We didn't get to everything today.
Yeah, let's do the election real quick because the New Hampshire primary is coming out tomorrow, so it'll be like timely.
Good point.
All right. Oh, wait.
All right, place your bets.
Okay.
New
Yeah.
Hampshire primary.
Can we do like 5 minutes on this? Because I do want to do my court really fast, Jacob.
Yeah.
I talk about you and my court really fast.
Okay.
Do 5 minutes and go. Okay.
All
right. Go. So we're at 1:30 now. Go, Young.
I don't have anything about your court case because I wasn't there.
Oh, well, okay. My court. So you can edit this in a different part, but put this at the end, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So really fast, I want to talk about my court. It was found to be 5-1 not guilty, and it resulted in a mistrial. And I want to give thanks to my legal team. My lawyer is the shit, and I want to give thanks to the people who came out and were witnesses on my behalf. This guy right here, Jacob, as well as Kahari. And here's the thing. The right wing jumped us after the verdict because they were salty.
I saw that.
They got found out, bro. Like, LaDawn was all salty that we called her some cracker honky.
They called me a honky.
She went to the fucking police about it.
I know, dude. She once told me that she got kicked off of a track team and replaced with a person of color, and she asked me if that was racist, and I just said, sounded like you were slow, you know. But yeah, that's all. I just wanted to give a big shout out to everybody who showed up over the week, and thank the state for spending an estimated $50,000 to $100,000 on my trial, and it looks like they're going to try and spend that money again, and might retry me. Woo.
Yeah, and shout out to John. John's the shit.
Word, he is the shit.
And he's running for office.
He is. Oh, but hey, did you hear, Jacob? Did I tell you? Bro, you're looking at the winner of the Iowa caucus right here. Right here.
I'm the winner of the Iowa caucus.
Good Lord.
I am.
That debacle is so ridiculous.
How is that for a segue, huh? That's some.
Yeah,
That's a good segue.
I saw the funniest meme. I got to talk about the meme because I saw the funniest meme that said, everyone's out here like, be gay, do crime, but then Pete Buttigieg rigs one election, and all of a sudden...
That's not what we meant.
Oh my God.
Bro, here's the thing. This election, first of all, they build it as the most diverse in history. Shit, bro, how long did that last? That didn't even last to fucking Iowa, right? They fucking dropped a person of color. I mean,
Isn't that hilarious? they changed the rules to allow Michael Bloomberg to come on the fucking thing, but they wouldn't change it to allow fucking their stringent rules to allow the fucking two candidates that weren't what Yang made it on.
Yeah.
Because Gang was there.
But here's the thing. I mean, Bloomberg's there because he's got money. These dudes are there, Steiner because he's got money. But at the end of the day, okay, like, let's be honest. In a fucking group full of shitbags, okay? Like, Klobuchar, that's a shitbag, dude. That lady, she's like, hey, vote for me. I'm going to keep the same racism going on. I'm going to keep fucking white people in power. Fucking vote for me. I'm a fucking douchebag. Fuck her, okay? Fucking look at everybody else. Steiner, hey, I'm a rich white guy. Pass, dude. Fucking.
Dude, Steyer's a pretty cool. Steyer's a pretty cool billionaire.
Fuck him, dude. Okay,
no cool billionaires.
He seems pretty nice.
Bloomberg's gonna buy fucking PBS, bro. Okay? Fuck that guy. And so the only person that if you have a half a brain and you're gonna vote for is fucking Bernie, bro. Like, I am so disgusted. Everybody knows me that I gotta say that. I am not a Bernie bro in any way. Okay? I am not part of his fan base, but God damn it, dude. That's the only guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even like the idea of presidents. But
he activated so many people, even if he wasn't, just the fact that he woke so many people up in 2016 with his shit, like, he fucking did some shit, dude. Even if he's not a white savior, he's not the person who's gonna come and save the day, but everyone knows that, and he knows that, and he's like, I ain't gonna change shit. Y'all are gonna change shit, and I'm someone who's gonna listen to you, is what he's saying.
Like what you said, I gotta give it up. Like, you gotta respect the game, bro. He activated so many people, right? Like, and that's the thing. Militants gotta peep this, dude. Like, militancy on the left will always make up a small portion, 5 to 10% maybe of the left, right? We're just kind of vocal right now, okay? So here's the thing. All those people that we need on our side that want the same things we want, like, he is activating. So I will give up the game. And I will say again, here's the thing. Like, Bernie or fucking burn this motherfucker to the ground, bro.
Yeah. This is exactly what I'm talking about with exhaust every other option first. And it doesn't mean blue no matter who, like, vote for the Democrat if they're better. It means vote for Bernie Sanders. It means don't support that fucked up corrupt party. Support the candidate who's literally talking about abolishing student debt, about making education free. That's so important. You got to start with education. You got to support the candidate, the only one who acknowledges the native struggles that are going on. Not enough, but he's there. Apart from.
Again, though, like, where I do have concerns with Bernie, and I know. Hold up, before I'm going to say this, dude.
From Mark Charles.
I'm about to get fucking slammed on Twitter for saying this, okay? But, like, I would like to see a stronger position from Bernie on the Palestinian issue.
Yeah, okay? Yeah, I would too.
Stronger,
and I think he would listen.
And within that, here's the thing, because let's be honest, if you're gonna support Israel, okay, then
it's an apartheid state.
Then you need to but if you're gonna support Israel because it's their land and it was fucking stolen, yada yada yada, that bullshit, then you need to fucking give the indigenous people here their land. I mean, first of all, but that's a different conversation. So all I'm saying is, like, I like Bernie, dude. He fucking has been the same 40 years ago as he is now, a crotchety old man, right? He's got, like, fucking really good ideas, and if we don't get out and vote for Bernie, we're stupid.
Yes, like, everyone, militant, whatever, dude, get out there, fucking support Bernie Sanders' candidacy.
Follow that up with, on November 5th, if Trump is declared dictator again.
Dude, so many people are fucked, and the only one who can beat Trump is Bernie. Like, the only one who can beat Trump is Bernie. And people are like, oh, that's the support. Yes, because it's fucked up. People don't want to choose between two fucking horrible options. People want real change, and if you don't give that to them, if you don't give the people Bernie, people aren't going to fucking come out because, like you said, it's Bernie or bust. Like, burn this bitch down.
Word, dude. That's
dude. I want to say as we know, we have another resurgence of Bernie, which brings more people to the left. We should all keep in mind that not everyone is born as radical as we work to become.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
I was a Republican when I moved here.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, we all have, like, we picked the name of this podcast called Jungle to Jungle for a reason, right? Because fucking conquistadors conquered fucking the jungle that Jacob is from, and they've conquered the jungle that you and I come from. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we have this thing of colonization and not being good enough, because let's be honest, y'all, like, we've grown up in these racist systems, and what is racism? Racism says, like, you will never be good enough. No matter what you do, no matter what you have, you will never be good enough to be one of us. Right? And that's bullshit, bro. And so here's the thing. We all, like, I don't know if we became radical. I mean, ever since I've known you two, you guys have both been fucking out, right? So, but I know that, like, for years now, I've been tired of living in this fucking system that tells me, my kids, your kids, we're not good enough, dude, based by the color that we are. You know, like, I saw that once. Like, I took my son to a soccer game or football, whatever, when he was like 13, and him and some friends, and we were just on the max, and they were just like wilding out, like, you know, like when you go to a game, right? Like, you go with your friends, you're kind of loud, and just the way people reacted to these like 3 Latino boys fucking on the train was, bro, it was mind blowing. So
with me, I grew up Christian in the Philippines. Like, I grew up hella Christian, and it was the hypocrisy of American Christians, like, in part, that made me like doubt where the fuck I was in terms of religion and where I wanted to go in life, because I was like, it was so real in the Philippines. It was all so real in the Philippines, religion, like our faith, what we believed. But then over here, it was all so fake and plastic, and it made me question it. And then when I was attending George Fox University, one of the books that we got assigned was a book by Howard Zinn. And that fucking changed everything. It woke me the fuck up. It showed me that everything was a fucking lie. It basically confirmed everything. Like, every time I researched what I had learned and what I had known versus what I just learned from this book, I was just like, it blew my mind. And that's when I made my slow progression towards the left, was from George Fox University because of Howard Zinn.
What book was it?
It was A People's History.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking book.
Yeah.
That book. you want to know what book it was for me? So I picked up a copy of Cracked magazine once, and there was a story on like how Casper became a ghost, right? And how he was a little boy, and how he got killed by these other white people and became a ghost. Dude, it was a pretty gruesome story. And I looked at the white guy across the aisle from me, and I didn't want to be a ghost, bro. So, no, that's just a stupid story. Young, edit that part out.
Don't leave it in. All right, that's a great way to end it.
All right. Beautiful. We'll catch up with all the future listeners later.
When are you gonna? Yeah. Hey, let's do a closing. Like, do you want to do a closing, Young? And then all right, go ahead, do a closing, and then we'll cue on you.
Well, I don't know what kind of closing like you mean.
I mean,
a song.
Like, do you want to do like thanks for listening or fucking?
Oh, thanks for coming to listen to Jungle to Jungle. We hope you enjoyed it, and come back next week for more. There, is that good?
Really, bro, that was kind of like fucking.
Like that.
No, that was really good.